Okay. And we're admitting. Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Okay,
Beverly.
we are live streaming this, so if you do not want your face on the video that will reside at the NWSOFA.org website, just turn your video off, but we would love to see your face. So if you can, keep it on.
Thank you, Bill.
Mhm.
Hello, everybody. It is good to see you. Good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, hello, newcomers. My name is Cecilia English, and it's so good to see all of you. Um, I'm just so happy. I'd like to say how great it is to meet all of y'all today. We're gonna let people trickle in. I'm hoping to see a few more, but I'm happy to be among the first to welcome you to the Northwest Suburbs Organizing for Action Indivisible chapter, known affectionately as NWSOFA. It's a group dedicated to saving our democracy from groups who are on a conscious path to destroy it. Now, without sounding too philosophical, I, for one, believe it is not an exaggeration to say that our goals are as ambitious and as righteous as any other in American history. And the more people like you who are willing to engage, the stronger we will become. Now, next slide. Now, in a few minutes, I will get into the specifics of the resources available to you of your NWSOFA membership. But before I do, I would like you to put in the chat where you're joining from, a fun fact about yourself, and what brings you to this group. And I'm going to need some help from my friends. Oh, hey, Stephanie. Stephanie's in Deep Red, Oklahoma. Anybody else want to drop some good information in there for me? Just Hi, Merle. Merle's from California, and she lives under a huge oak tree. That's amazing. We have Cloudy from Minnesota. Hey, Adrian from Austin. We have Constance from Arlington Heights, joined the group after 47's re-election, despondent and looking for kindred spirits. Hi, Cecilia. I've been here before. I'm from Indiana. Nice to meet you, Linda. Glad to see you. Glad that you're back. Oh, Merle, there's lots of squirrels under that tree. I bet there are. See, all right. Well, those are great, y'all. Those are great. I can't wait to see how all of your involvement will bring new energies and new ideas and innovative approaches to our important work. Now, fun fact about NWSOFA. Even though our name suggests that the group is for residents of the northwest suburbs of Chicago only, that is not the case. Really, our membership extends well beyond that particular geographic area. I, for example, live in central Illinois on the eastern border. Others hail from across the country, as you've heard: California, New Mexico, Michigan, Florida, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Tennessee, and Texas, to name several. But even though, like you, they may belong to their local political grassroots groups or even their local indivisibles, many of them have gravitated to our group because they enjoy the wealth of expertise, the camaraderie, the range of activism, and the welcoming spirit of the chapter, that we are known for. We have members of our group who are lawyers that provide updates on litigation, members who work on Capitol Hill, who have insights into the inner workings of the legislative process, and a wealth of other expertise. You'll hear from Bears fans here in Chicago, but also those rooting for other teams across the country. And just as Bears and Packers fans can peacefully coexist in this group, we all come together to get the important work done for our country through the important relationships we forge to reach our common goals. Next slide, please. Now, in the next 20 or so minutes, we'll give you an overview of our group and the various ways that you can get involved. As we go through our materials today, if you have any questions, you can put in the chat, just write the word question and followed by your question. Next slide. All right, y'all, we have some housekeeping. In order to keep our community productive, there are a number of guidelines that participants must follow. Respect the speaker, no personal attacks, protect privacy, keep clean language, and introduce yourself, please. Our group values are respect, kindness, empathy, integrity, and we're better together. If we keep all those in mind, we'll get along just fine. Next slide, please. Now, first, let me give you an overview of the many ways that you can immediately get involved. One of the great things about this group is that it has both local in-person events as well as national events that take place on Zoom, like calls like this one. If you're in the Northwest suburbs area, you can participate in the local events, which include the annual summer picnic, as well as rallies and protests happening all the time, and pizza nights every Tuesday. And there's even a small, brave contingent that ventures into a local current issues group, affectionately known as the MAGA group, for discussion twice a month. In addition to local events, NWSOFA offers an active schedule of Zoom meetings, daily and weekly events, where much of our work begins and camaraderie grows. Next slide, please. This snowflake graph shows the issue teams who support the many varied online programs. While we won't have time to do justice to all the great work each team brings, we'll spend the next few minutes spotlighting several of these. And we've posted the link in the chat, which takes you to the current week's scheduled events. As you can see, we have healthcare reform group, election outreach, social justice, etc. Next slide. Here are a couple of examples of past presentations given by the issues team, called out in the blue dot next to each image. Whether making sense of the latest Bureau of Labor Statistics economic reporting, or updating us on the status of gun legislation, women's issues, or bringing us up to speed on new green technology, these sessions are always incredibly informative, with excellent opportunities to pose questions to knowledgeable experts. Next slide, please. NWSOFA also hosts the 2025 version of radio call-in shows. Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central, NWSOFA hosts its morning meetings called Coffee and Conversation. This call truly represents the heartbeat of NWSOFA. It's not a presentation, but an open conversation among members. Participants share updates on what they're working on or planning as activists, discussion on the latest news, and talk through questions or concerns. They're hearing from friends and family, such as how to respond to MAGA talking points from those who may only get their information from Fox or Trump. The official call runs from 9 to 10 a.m., but there's also an informal, unhosted pre-call each morning from 8:30 to 9. And after the main call ends at 10, Debbie Rudy hosts an after-hours session for those who want to continue the conversation with a deeper discussion. Then we have the Unhappy Happy Hour on Friday nights at 5 p.m. Central. You can bring a drink or not. It's a great space for both casual talk and meaningful discussion about the next week's events and plans you or your local indivisible groups are doing. Next slide, please. Now, we have the Zoom meetings that follow up or expand on what we've already discussed. Like Sorting Soup is our weekly group processing space where we sort through what's happening in the news. We identify a few key issues and we brainstorm concrete actions where our members can take back to their action items. They can take those back to their communities. Now, Vision Forward is our long-range messaging project where we developed messaging strategies for conveying our pro-democracy vision. The project included identifying our shared pro-democracy values, imagining the America we wanted to build, rooted in freedom, fairness, opportunity, and sustainability. Our shared values are then translated into clear policy priorities and messaging, and that can be taken back to our communities. Now, Sharing Our Stories is a group whose mission is to amplify the stories of those impacted by the harmful policies of the 47th regime. Using a storytelling framework to humanize complex issues that resonate on an emotional level, because real stories from real people are what move hearts and minds. This group is looking for volunteers to collect stories, create video and written content, to amplify stories, and for members who may have their personal stories to share. Lastly, we have our hands-on how-to sessions, which are our practical technology workshops. We cover things like how to use Zoom, AI, joining Discord and Linktree, and using Substack. These sessions are relaxed and supportive, no tech background needed. And if you haven't heard of some of these technology tools and programs, join us to learn some more. The workshops are designed to help save you time and energy in your activism role. Next slide, please. Outside of Zoom, we also have a Discord server, which is like a message board that allows us to keep in touch and share information in between Zoom calls. It's invite only, so if you'd like to join it, please follow the link that we are putting in the chat right now. Fill out the Google form. Make sure you put Discord sign up in the comments field. If you have any questions, make sure you put question and we will answer at the end. Next slide. You'll also find a number of resources you can access at your own leisure. The NWSOFA Substack site with upcoming activities, messages from Bill Davis, and links for more info. You can find similar opportunities on NWSOFA's other social media platforms, Blue Sky, Discord, Facebook, and Instagram. The quickest way to access everything is through the QR code or our link tree, which you can also find in the chat. Next slide, please. All right, so here we're going to go through a few quick tools for activists. We always have our the action items on the indivisible.org page, but I want you to remember always your 5calls.org or your 5calls app and Goods Unite Us, but always mobilize.us and ResistBot. Those are some big ones that are always good to use. We also, there's always other ways to get involved, letter writing, becoming a court watcher. You can volunteer with organizations that offer legal assistance, such as the American Bar Association's Pro Bono Asylum Representation Project. And Catholic Charities. There are a lot of different ways to get involved. Next slide, please. So we understand that joining a new group can be overwhelming. There is a lot going on and lots of new faces. That's why we started Coffee Mates, a buddy system that pairs a newcomer with an established member who can help you find your footing, answer questions, and introduce you to the new programs or issue teams that fits your best interest. If you'd like to participate, just fill out the sign-up form and write Coffee Mates in the comments field. We'll match you with someone friendly who can help you get oriented and make the most of being part of NWSOFA. We're here to help, and we are so glad that you're here. Next slide, please. Before we move on, we would like you to meet the man who's responsible for NWSOFA, now one of the most vibrant and successful chapters in Indivisible. Although he is currently at a picnic. Bill, are you available to speak at the moment? This is kind of, I don't know if he's available to speak at the moment, y'all. Okay. Bill, can you unmute, please? Would you like to walk people through the best ways for people to support us? There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Wow. Are you guys ready for me?
We're ready for you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, as you guys may know, not only are you doing this new member orientation today, but we have a food drive going on for the Chai Chicago. And we figured we'd maybe have 8 or 9 people. We've already had 8 or 9 people here. It's been very busy. We have tons of food. So this is wonderful. And that just goes to prove that NWSOFA, or as some people like to say, Northwest SOFA, we can do many things at one time. So just a few things about NWSOFA. We have been around since Barack Obama won his second election. So I believe that is, or should be, 2012, 2013. And we actually started as an organization, 17 of us started. And I want to give you a fast forward. Today, locally, we have 9,700 folks. And nationally, on our Zooms, we have registered 23,000, just to give you an idea of how you can grow over time. And it comes in bursts. And so
idiot enablers that are around him. That no matter what comes to his mind, no matter what he wants to say, nobody.
I'm hearing somebody in the background here.
Yeah.
can do that. All right. Here's a better
And I am not the host, so the host will have to. There we go. Okay. So, so the organization we started small, just a bunch of folks that had worked on the election together, and now it's just a national group. We have 30 leads across the country and locally here that manage our 19 various issue groups. And so as you learn a little bit more about us, hopefully you understand a little bit more about every one of the issue groups. The very first one was started days after the Sandy Hook tragedy. And as you can understand, that very first group was our gun violence prevention group. And every few months, a new group would join. And we didn't just switch to that group. We created leadership to keep those groups going. So every one of these groups is active, usually in a 1 month cycle, some every week, some every month or 2 months. And then we do a lot of in person. And then, like we're doing today, whether it's a rally or a tabling, or like today, a food drive that we're helping out the local neighborhoods in Chicago with. So it's a great group, and this team that's assembled today to lead you through what NWSOFA is really a national group from Oklahoma, from Texas, from Southern Illinois, and yes, that's considered part of the national group. So thank you for being on. What we need is our two goals is, as an organization, we need capacity and capabilities. So capacity is people joining, people that when we say send postcards, make calls on 5 calls, go visit your local congressman. We'll do these things out there. So that is the capacity. And then capability is our understanding and our work with looking for people who can help us with doing our communications, calling folks, creating constant contact flyers, putting information out in front of people. All these things that one can even imagine. Every one of the social media groups needs some person to keep that going. And even though we have 9,600 members and we have 30 co-leads, we need more people that have today's information about how to do that. Recently, we've started a Substack group. We've started a Discord group, and we do a live video, YouTube video on our YouTube channel, which is attached to our website. And once again, that's NWSOFA. You can see it on my shirt here, .org. So I probably have exceeded my time, but I haven't been booted yet. So thank you all for being here. And as you can see, the team here is and tons of food and everything. So that's great. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much,
I
Bill.
got to start moving things. And are there any donuts left inside?
Yes.
Oh, and there's some donuts left. So
Donuts.
Bill, you need to make someone
yes.
host, please.
Oh.
Make someone host, please.
Okay.
Adrian
that's a-
had dropped. Adrian
Oh.
dropped. Can you help us out? Thank you.
Oh, yes, please.
Stephanie, can I make you host?
Sure.
Thank you for jumping up and saying that, because I almost signed us all out.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Stephanie, you are host. It'll continue. And thank you to everybody who is on this call today from throughout the country. Thank you for taking your time to learn a little bit more about NWS, Northwest Suburbs, Organizing for Action, and Indivisible Group. By the way, we are one of 2,700 indivisible groups across the country. So find one locally, join them, join us also, join your local Dems. All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you very much. All right, that was Bill. Bill Davis, amazing man. And he got us all started and keeps us all going. Yes, so as I was saying, how to support NWSOFA. Attend our local events live, or watch our YouTube recordings, or our Zoom, come to our Zoom events. You can subscribe to our Substack, donate to support our work. Tell your friends about us. It's always good to tell someone about what's going on. Talk to people in the grocery line when you're standing about, just, hey, I heard about this coffee and conversation group the other day. You know, if never know. All right, maybe not. Maybe they'll think you're weird. Never mind. All right. So all I'm saying is, y'all, NWSOFA has a lot to offer. And what we would like is to offer it to you. We have friends, we have family, we have a lot of education, a lot of people who care about making disinformation disappear. And we care deeply about that. If you care about that and you'd like to help, come on board. So if you have any questions, do we have any questions that we need to?
It might be a good time to invite people who want to share, and maybe some of the regulars here, Merle, Constance, why you joined NWSOFA and ways that you do share truthful information.
Constance.
Hi, everyone. We are big in this group on sharing stories because stories have almost more impact sometimes than facts and figures. So I want to share one little story, my little story, in terms of how I got involved with this group. It was right after the election and last November, and I was despondent, as many Americans were, and I was looking for a way to find other people who felt the same sense of outrage and sadness and resolve and fear that I did. So I was looking around. I'm not sure how I found it exactly, but I did stumble upon it. And right away, the coffee and conversation meetings got me hooked, because there were so many interesting people on the call. And I ventured to volunteer once, and got a very good response. I think Bill asked, or someone asked about, well, let's perfect our elevator speech and see what we can do. And I said, well, how about a grocery store speech where you're looking over the tomatoes and you can speak to the next person next to you and say, gee, aren't prices going up? I thought they were supposed to go down on day one. And Bill loved that. And I thought, oh, here it is, the kindred spirits idea come to life. So from then on, I've just been so interested in and inspired by and illuminated by the people on the call. We have, I think, in many ways formed families within the family. Some of the women especially have done that, and we had on our ride down to Chicago a few months ago to object to ice coming. We had a ride that I think none of us will forget. And we really bonded, and we have now a handle in Signal called 5 Bitches in a Prius, I think.
What's up?
Sorry about that. I should have said rhymed with witches, but in any event. So I urge you all to take advantage of it. Maybe start small as I did. Just start with coffee and conversation, or the Friday night unhappy hour, or going to the rallies. That was another big thing. I just wanted to get out and have my voice heard, and I just started going to every rally I could. And those are very, very inspiring, and you do feel like you're doing, you're accomplishing something, even by just connecting with other people who are there, and there are growing numbers now. So that is my story, and if anyone has any questions, let me know.
Thank you, Constance.
Mhm.
Merle.
So, hi, I'm Merle. I'm in California, and I sometimes feel a little out of place because this is mostly, well, it began as mostly an Illinois group, but I have always felt welcome. And I think, like Constance, I think I must have gravitated towards coffee and conversation after the election. And, we were all kind of despondent about that. And there are just a wealth of people, but also as you're attending the meetings, you learn little things that people drop links in the chat, and they I've learned so many things that it's just invaluable, and there are plenty of ways to participate. So that's my story. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. I'll go real quick too. I'm almost positive that the way I got involved was through coffee and conversation, because I'm a coffee addict. So I know that I probably clicked on it thinking, ooh, coffee and conversation, click, not realizing that it was a Chicago-based organization, and not really caring either, because it didn't matter. And then when things just started going, I'm only about 3.5 hours away from Chicago. So driving up there was not a problem to go to things. And it's just become so lovely. It's been so nice to have mentors, because where I live, even though I'm in Illinois, I'm in the reddest, maggest, most grungiest part of Illinois. And so I have no one, there's not a whole lot of support around here. So yeah. Miss Stephanie, you have to unmute. You have to unmute.
I had changed my mind because we had such a good example of folks who had mentioned things, but thank you for going ahead and calling on me. Yes, I am in Deep Red, Oklahoma. I am in a place where if I turn to my left or my right, I'm not going to find friends necessarily. And it was, I don't know, February of this year. And I was beginning to wonder exactly, was there any sort of resistance? So I went looking on the Indivisible site. And yes, I too picked up coffee and conversation. I thought, okay, I can stop in there. And I offered to do something one day. And somebody said, well, heck, we can do that. And now we have a hands-on how-to, and I get all kinds of wonderful ideas from folks and support when I need it, because it's not always easy going out into my world and living every day. So I appreciate you and thank all of you for being here and letting me contribute to this wonderful organization.
We thank you too. We're so happy that you wandered into our little world. Our big world, our big little world. All right, Miss Kathy, you're up.
Hey, y'all have probably seen me before. I'm in Alabama, so you know my situation. And I was just in another group this morning out of Colorado. It's called Civil Resistance Study Group, and it's based on the a peace curriculum, and it is fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's called Civil Resistance Study Group. And when we were talking this morning, that's kind of one of the things that they asked, and they asked, how has social media involved you in politics? Well, I've always been involved in politics. I'm a lifelong Democrat, but when all this crazy stuff started happening, I did not have an Indivisible group here. And I went to Indivisible National and got involved as much as I could there. And considering my situation in Alabama, y'all from red states or red areas, you know what I mean. That this has been a godsend to be able to connect online with like-minded people in other areas of the country. And y'all are so welcoming, so informed, and you're always looking to get better. And that's what I absolutely love about you. And I always learn something. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And I do have an Indivisible group now. It's kind of schizophrenic. We had 5,000 for the No Kings March this past time. But they're kind of on and off, between times. So I'm very grateful for you, and you have helped me keep my sanity.
That's all right. That's lovely, though. 5,000. Come on. That's great. That's so great.
I was amazed.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And the way I found you was through Indivisible. I went to mobilize.us, and I just kind of kept on looking for groups that I could, connect with. And y'all were the first ones. And my first experience was Unhappy Happy Hour, which I highly recommend, as well as any of the ones that all of you leaders are connected with, because they are all excellent.
Oh, well, thank you. Miss and Dr. Chris.
Yeah, excuse me, I have a cold, so I'm my voice sounds a little scratchy, but I just wanted to highlight a couple of things. My story was very similar, where I was just so dejected after the election. I had just recently retired from 41 years of federal service and thought I was going to be traveling the world, and then came to this moment where I said, am I just going to curl up in a ball, or am I going to do something? So I am so happy to have found this particular Indivisible group. And I'm also a member of my local Indivisible group. But as many people have mentioned, is that this particular group is just so diverse and talented. And we have so many different forums. Like the Coffee and Conversation is literally just a community to connect to people, hear everybody's good ideas, share the latest and greatest news stories. But we network a lot, so we don't have to even replicate. So if somebody has a good idea in California, like Merle, let's say, we can all kind of grab that good idea. And now we have that space that was mentioned, the Discord space, where we actually have channels within Discord so people can drop all their good ideas. So I just can't say enough good about this group, from the special interest groups to all the wealth of information. But the biggest thing is we have this very tight sense of community, meaning we get to know each other. So that's what I think is unique, is that when you start going to some of those regular groups like Coffee and Conversation, or for those who work, and I realize some of you do, the after hours, you really are going to get a sense of the regulars and the personalities and things like that. And I think for many of us, we have become, lifelong friends. So I welcome you to the group.
Yes. Yes. And I think I can't agree with you more. The lifelong friends part, I feel like every morning we get on and we get on with our friends. I grew up watching Cheers. Probably not the best thing to watch as a kid growing up, a show about a bar, but for me, it was a show about friends, a show about a group of friends who came together, and they were there for each other through thick and thin. And that camaraderie, I feel within this group, a sense of always being there. And I love y'all. I love y'all so much. All right. So moving on. Does anybody else have any other questions about just about anything? How to get involved? What's our next thing? Like what we're doing?
Yeah, quiet group.
Quiet group, that's fine. I don't mind quiet groups. All right. Well, on that note then, I guess we'll just end the day because well, I gotta clean my I gotta clean my kitchen.
Hey, Cecilia, Linda has a question. She
Oh,
just wants to know
sorry.
if, yeah, can go ahead and just raise your hand so Linda, then we can see you.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are new to the raise your hand feature, at the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a little heart button that says react, and then
Stop
just go ahead
talking.
and put your hand up.
Your poor voice. Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, you can at the bottom of your screen there's a heart-shaped react button, and you hit that, and there's a raise hand feature. You raise your hand, and we'll call on you.
I unmuted her so she can speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Linda.
There we go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Linda from Northwest Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Very red. Not the county in general, but the town where I live in Lowell, Indiana. Very, very red. This group has given me a chance to feel like I can belong with other like-minded folks. It is so red. My neighborhood is so red that I have to be extremely cautious what I say around here. I don't have a lot of support in this town anymore. I used to love living here. My husband was involved, my late husband was involved in politics for many years when Lowell was not anywhere near as red. It was much more democratic. And he taught me a great deal. He was a town council president. He was the first, oh gosh, doing the end of it, emergency management directors. He was involved for a long, long time. I learned a great deal from him. And I just, after the election, I just felt so depressed. And I thought, you know, I could just hear this voice in the back of my head. Come on, Lynn, come on, get back on that horse and start getting involved again. I may not be around anymore, but don't give up.
Right.
So I went to the No Kings rallies in October in Crown Point, which is our county seat, and in Highland, where I grew up. And that's where I reconnected very strongly. Now I'm loading up my calendar with Indiana groups. I'm going to, it's a coffee chat kind of thing. It's in Dyer, Indiana tomorrow. I got others situated for later this month in Cherville, Indiana. Another one in Highland. So I'm connecting with, there's North Lake County and South Lake County. I live in South Lake County, but I'm joining with all the folks in North Lake County because we have nothing going on down here.
Right.
And I cannot be isolated like this any longer. And so that's how I latched onto you guys. And I thought, not like a barnacle. Come on, not that bad, but like a lifeline,
Yeah.
a lifeline. And so what I'm doing is each meeting, I gather as much information, write down, I take lots of notes, and I just keep wanting to learn more and more about, you guys have been doing this for so long, and things have fallen apart in South Lake County, but it's not all of Lake County that's falling apart, because that's one of the most democratic counties in my state. But I connected with a gal who was on the last time named Myra Craig. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, Myra.
Well, I've contacted her. She's going to contact me back. We're going to see what happens. We were thrilled I don't know if this is a temporary thrill or what, but a lot of the Republicans in in our state government did vote to not redistrict Indiana.
Right.
So we were thrilled to death to hear that. I would have lost my Congressman Frank Mervan, one of the only Democrats.
Yeah.
And so thank God we did not lose that man, because we need him desperately. But thank you so much. This is great.
And I just very thankful. Thank you so much for speaking up. I'm grateful that we could be of use to you. And
Hey,
yeah.
Cecilia.
Yes.
Diane had a question, and I answered it in the link, but it will probably be helpful for everybody. So earlier, Laura dropped what we call the link tree into the chat. The link tree is just where you find all the important links that whether it's to our sign up, whether it's to our YouTube channel, Facebook, etc. But the one you're going to be most interested in is the one, if you haven't already signed up, is the one that says sign up, which I believe is the second one on the list. So you'll see at the very bottom now, the chat is actually, maybe I dropped it. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, Laura just dropped it again. So the very second one, Laura, is that right? It just says sign up, right? The second one, if you click on it. And then the question was, do I need to do anything more to be a member? The answer is no. Once you sign up there, you are officially a member, and there's no requirement to donate, or that's an extra thing if you want to, but there's no membership fee. So if any of you aren't already signed up, do that, because that'll get you on our list. And then the other thing just to pay attention to is Mobilize, that Cecilia talked about earlier. That's where all those different sessions that we do are all available on Mobilize. So if you wanted to go to the sorting soup session that we do on Thursdays, there's a separate sign up for that. But if you become part of either the Coffee and Conversation or the Happy Unhappy Hour, those, we constantly do reminders during those two sessions of all the special issues things that are coming up. So we make announcements. Hopefully,
and if you get the email each day from Bill, it will have a reminder of what's happening that day, and you can. And he usually sends out the direct link to what's happening that day, and you can go straight to it. So, and once again, we do have Discord that Rebecca usually has posts with what's happening in Discord. Kathy.
Yes, Stephanie in the chat said she wanted to know more about the Civil Resistance Study Group. It meets on Saturdays at 10 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock Central Time. And all you have to do is, she wants to know where you get the information. Go to mobilize.us and just type in Civil Resistance Study Group.
Okay. That is good to know.
It's a whole curriculum, and they've been following since weeks and weeks and weeks. I've been doing it, and it's like it goes back to Mahatma Gandhi, and it goes back to the resistance. It was like in Vietnam. I mean, it's a lot of history, and you break out in study groups. It's very personalized.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate that. I'm going to go look for it.
That sounds fun. I mean, okay, I'm a nerd, so it sounds fun to me. I'm sure that does not sound fun to a lot of people, but Kathy, oh wait, I meant Merle, because that I knew what I meant, and I meant what I said.
Okay. So I'm thinking there's nobody else with their hand up right now. Just it's kind of an aside, but earlier we met a new person. Her name is Nan. And she, I noticed, is in our group. And so I went to mobilize.us and I am raising my hand to offer Nan, maybe if she'll let me know what Zoom meeting she wanted to attend at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Maybe I can help her find it and put the link in the chat.
That is very, very kind of you, Merle. Nan, would you like to, can we help you? You need to unmute, babe. Oh, hold on, unmute.
Hey, Nan, right now we can't hear you, but we're trying
can't
to help you unmute. There should be something that pops up on your screen that says unmute, but maybe we can do it for you.
Oh, okay. You should be unmuted now.
No, she's not.
No. She should be.
All right, everybody else stop pushing the unmute button. Let me push it once and see if she sees it. We're all hitting it at the same time. I'm thinking the answer is no, that she's working on another browser tab and has no idea what we're doing in the background, Merle.
Okay.
Good offer, great offer though, but I don't think we can, she can't hear us or it doesn't even know we're here.
Okay. That's probably a accurate thought.
Well, okay.
Pobrecita.
Okay, well, let's see. Sorting soup and unhappy happy hour.
Claudia has a question, Cecilia.
Oh, yes, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
After the election, I was really depressed and upset and devastated. The closest town to me is 105 people. I'm surrounded by Republicans out here and MAGA. My entire family is supporting Trump. And so I feel extremely alone, and I'm thinking I went to 2 protests. I drove almost 3 hours to get to the protests, and I joined the No Kings protests. I'm thinking real seriously about starting an indivisible group here at my house. I'm a little worried because when the one woman mentioned that she had to be careful, in her area, I have that issue as well. I'm surrounded by people that are shooting AR-15s for fun. And it's very unnerving to hear that's going off. And so, yeah, I have been feeling extremely alone and depressed, and just, I need this as well, I think, because I have 2 people that I know would join me in a group. But I guess that's how you start, right? Just get a couple people.
Yes.
Is there anything that you guys would suggest for me to get started? I saw Indivisible has some learning classes about how to start a group and stuff. Is there anything else or any advice you could give me to help me on my journey here?
Okay. As for a person who literally started a group by myself in a completely red area, where people like the people you're talking about, would leave garbage bags outside my house for a while because I had my Kamala flag still up. Like, I get you, girl. Okay. Like, I get you. It's scary. And when you're doing it by yourself, it's even scarier. So you get your friends and you do it together. And I mean, like, that's number one. You get your
Unmute is what I've just done. Can y'all hear me now?
Nan unmuted.
Oh,
Nan unmuted. Nan has been trying so hard to get in touch with y'all because what everything you have said and done, and I was up there in the corner and had all my stuff was up there, and we all have things that we can't share. And I was concerned because I couldn't figure out how to get that to move off. And apparently it's not going to be easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and shut everything down now until the next time I'm supposed to be here, which was a 3 o'clock thing. And I just wanted y'all to know that I don't know why. This is the first time this has ever happened to me, that there's been folks here that are winding up on my thing and have no idea who I am and what I'm doing here. And it's what I always do here and who I am. So I wanted to let you know, so y'all can make sure you have somebody that you're talking to, so that if you're talking to somebody about the people who carry their AR-15s, know that you're going to walk by them someday, so they might be hearing what you're saying. It is
Well, Nan, you
something
know
worth
what, Nan?
paying attention to. Yes.
Nan, I think that you found this meeting accidentally on purpose because you needed to be here. What I need to tell you, though, is that at 3 o'clock, we're not going to be here. So I'm not sure what Zoom you're trying to find. Can you
I'm
tell
not
us?
trying to find y'all anybody's Zoom except the Zoom that they put on for me today to know about what's happening with this woman who is a congressperson and has done nothing except everything she's supposed to do, and she's going to be in jail, and we have to be aware of her and donating money to help her. And that's what's been freaking me out, is because
well,
my
that's
thing
great.
keeps coming
Maybe
back.
what you should tell us is who that is, and you have made that message clear to all of us, so we can go look for that ourselves.
Y'all
and we
got
really
that?
appreciate.
You found that, right?
No. What's her name?
Her name is, somebody said her name earlier, and I have it in, I'm using my phone to do that with, so that you guys are not having to deal with that part. And it's Mira something. She's a congressperson, and I didn't realize that till I was halfway through what they sent me.
LaMonica MacGyver.
LaMonica
And it's
MacGyver.
just,
Yeah.
it's just somebody who tried to do her job with ICE. They managed, through all the stuff that goes on, to take her away like they do.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you telling us about that, and we will absolutely take that under advisement, and we will make sure that everyone knows. So thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, Claudia, apologies. Thank you for your discretion in that event. Appreciate it.
So as I was saying, but get your friends, have an earnest conversation about the fact that the best thing that you need to do is to start, because what your space needs is an indivisible. What you need is to have that good in your area, and to start building that, what we have right here, to start building that in your area physically, right? Because there's more than just the three of you, right? I'm sure there's got to be. Now, you might have to find, it might take time, because trust me, I'm still looking. You can hear from my friends that I'm still looking for my tribe down here too. Okay. It's hard and it takes time, but you can do it. They trickle in. They trickle in. I will say this, be safe about it. Okay. If you don't have like a Ring camera on your house, get one already. Get one. Because people are a-holes and they'll do stupid stuff.
Yes.
Be safe about organizing in red areas. Y'all always communicate on signal. Be safe from the beginning, the get-go. And because in a red area, you don't compromise. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to give you my number, and I think we should just talk more about this stuff. Okay. Adrian.
Hey, Claudia, I wanted to know what are all the textiles behind you? You must be.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, I asked her in the chat and she is ignoring me. But at any rate.
My eyes are really blurry right now because I have long COVID, and so I'm having a flare with that right now. So I'm really blurry. So it's hard for me to type or read. So I'm sorry if I didn't do that. But this is my craft room that I'm in, and believe me, you don't want to see the rest of it because it's a nightmare. I sew things and sell them at our local craft fair. My daughter and I do. So I make things like this called snap bags.
Oh.
Pull the tab and snap shut. I put little hooks on them. I have all kinds of them. I've been making those for our sale on the 29th. Do that. I have been managing to sell some of my stuff at some of the boutiques that are local, about a half an hour away. Little e-cigarette shops. They'll buy my stuff. I make little bags, marijuana bags, I call them. They're like, they're just stupid stuff like this. Here's one I'm working on right now.
I like it.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, and then I cut
flour bag. That's what it is. Flour.
I cut metal rulers and I put a piece in there. That's what this snap is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Metal ruler. So yeah, I'm doing that. So that's some of my fabric. I have a lot more, and I quilt and I sew clothes and I make my own cards and I do wool embroidery. I do hard danger. I knit, I crochet, teach some of that stuff.
That's
I have
amazing.
18 grandkids and one great grandchild. So I'm trying to get them interested in sewing and doing stuff. So, but yeah, I only have one close friend and she lives 3 hours from me. So that she belongs to Indivisible up there. She's the one that encouraged me to start my own group, but I'm kind of nervous about it. I want to really bad because I think it's needed so bad. And I don't want to sit and do nothing. I've been calling my legislatures and Congress people and raising, the cane with them. And I just feel like I need to do more. So I talked to my husband about it because we're both retired and he thinks we should do it too. He had to go back to work because now with this insurance premiums raising and everything, if we don't get another income, we aren't going to be able to stay here, and we own our own place here. So it's kind of scary. My entire family is supporting Trump, and for a while I couldn't even talk to them because I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
I finally got my mom to really think when I told her, I said, Mom, I was sexually assaulted and you're supporting you're supporting a rapist. And how do you think that makes me feel?
Right.
So then she called me a couple days later and she apologized. And she said, I won't talk about him in front of you anymore. And I said, I'd appreciate that. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing good she can say, So yeah, I've just been trying to think of who I can get started. I worked in sexual assault and domestic violence my entire life, worked in the court system as well, starting victim assistance programs. So I'm not too scared about running a group. Don't like getting up in front of people because it's scary. I had to do it and I don't like it, but
Right.
yeah, I feel like I have to do something.
You can find people to take that role. You don't have to always be that person. You can find somebody else to be that person, right?
To delegate.
Right. Delegate. Yes.
I'm good at delegating.
There you go. Exactly.
So what should I start with first? Should I start on the Indivisible learning how to start a group, just get started there and
Yep.
start making a list of people I can contact and just.
It's very, they go through it very, very well. Their website is pretty easy to, I mean, it's fairly easy to go through. They give you a lot of resources, a lot of resources. So, and again, if you have any questions, I'll just put my number in the chat.
I have.
What? Oh, no, you go.
There, she's there.
Yeah, but
She cut
I
out.
can't hear you.
She's just muted somehow.
Oh, you're muted. That's what, okay.
Okay. I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate all of you.
Oh,
And I appreciate Indivisible. Before I went to my first protest, they had that training on what to do, what not to do. You know, I have a local attorney. I wrote his number in black marker on the inside of my leg in case they took my phone. That was, it almost empowered me to know that I had control now and I knew what to do. So I really wanted to tell you guys, I really appreciate everything you do. And you guys are amazing. And thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for sharing. So does anybody need a quick walkthrough for signing up for NWSOFA? You can, again, Laura posted it in the notes here in the chat, but you can ask for a coffee mate if you want to pair up with somebody. You have more questions, want to engage in a deeper discussion, and you can also sign up for Discord there. So does anybody need a quick click through? Just wondering, you can respond in the chat or you can raise your hand if you need a quick click through and we can do that. Otherwise, I think we're going to continue the conversations elsewhere. Okay, people are asking for a click through. Stephanie, would you be able to do that?
Absolutely. I apologize. What is it you want me to do?
Pull up the link tree.
Link tree. Absolutely. Give me 1 second.
Woohoo! Good job, Diane. Way to go.
Hey, while we're waiting for Stephanie to pull that up, just to add to what's already been said. So Claudia, and for the others on this call, I think what you'll find if you get involved in the coffee and conversation sessions, you will find that there are people that are new to Indivisible joining. And we've even had some folks kind of form their own little groups of people, let's say all in Kentucky or all in wherever they are. And that might be helpful too. So then you're kind of going through it together with other new Indivisible, I'll call them fledgling groups, if you will, because Indivisible National does a great job. They have their orientation. They have even some support and coaching for setting up new groups. But sometimes it's helpful to have, if you can connect with people that are kind of going through the process the same time you are. And so I just offer that because I've noticed that our group in the morning has anywhere from 60 to 80 people on. And so as new people come in that, you know, we'll find somebody saying something like, well, yeah, I'm from Indiana too. Can I get together with you? So anyway, just offer that as well.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. And tomorrow we have one of our main DC insiders is from Indiana. So the Brown sisters, you'll hear much about them if you come to Coffee and Conversation. They're from Indiana and we'll get to know them. Very cool. I'm super excited. I go to Terre Haute, Indiana quite a bit because I'm 45 minutes away from Terre Haute, Indiana. That's where, and I probably nowhere near you. Like I'm on the southern end of the state. Like it's the far down south, but that's where like I'm in Indiana a lot. But just yeah, good times. We had yeah, good times. So, all right, y'all. I guess
Stephanie,
we're
Stephanie,
oh,
were you able to find the link tree so you can share your screen just to so they can see how to sign up?
My screen is currently not rendering to the graphical version because I am
Okay.
out of memory. So I don't really have a solution for this at the moment. I apologize.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do,
Why don't you share your screen, Chris?
that's what I was gonna try.
Excellent.
So give me a second. Give me 1 second, and I will try and do that. I do not see where I have host tools, but I know that I was told I was made a co-host.
You don't need host tools to share, Chris.
don't?
Just ask to share, and I
Okay.
will let you through.
Okay, all right, hold on. Just give me a second.
Okay, still holding.
and
I
all we're
am-
doing is trying to look
Yeah,
at the tree,
okay,
right?
so right now, tell me if you are able to see what is on my screen.
See what's on
We
your screen.
are.
Yay. Okay, so Adrian was wanted us just to kind of walk you through what this link tree is. So the link is actually in the chat, so you can grab it. But this button right here, see where it says new sign up? If you were to click on that, that will take you to our sign up form where you put in your name, information, etc., and you will then be on our mailing list. So that's the most critical thing. And I think, Adrian, correct me
Maybe
if I'm
scroll
wrong.
all the way to the bottom, Chris, so they can see where they might fill in their name and
Okay.
ask for a coffee mate, that sort of stuff, just as we
Okay,
talked about it.
I can do that. Okay, so can you see that? Where is the, okay. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, fill in, but under the thoughts and comments section is where you would type in, just manually, yes, I would like a coffee mate. That'll connect you to a coffee mate buddy, if you will.
Yeah,
Okay.
just put in Coffee Mates or Discord. Just put
Yeah, and then obvious the rest of it's intuitive, your last name, first name, that gets you on the list. I think once you're on the list, that's the safest way to go. We can always get you connected with Discord later, because I know this is a lot of information to even understand what some of those things really are and how they'll help you as activists. All right.
There is not a PM coffee and conversation. The closest thing we have is Sorting Soup, which is 5 p.m. on Thursdays. And the
Well, and
5
also,
p.m.
yeah,
Unhappy Happy Hour.
Yeah, that's
which
what I was
is
gonna
on
say.
Fridays.
Yeah. So, and then the 5 p.m. happy unhappy hour is for the folks that we know work. And the Sorting Soup that Cecilia just mentioned is kind of where we build on ideas that came out of Coffee and Conversation. Although right now we're doing a book club, so it's a little bit different right at this moment. But normally what those calls are is where we pick a couple of hot topics, like let's say, right now everybody's concerned about losing their Affordable Care Act subsidies. And so we might talk about that, and then specific action steps that we can take to, let's say call our congressman or talk to our friends about why it's, how this is going to impact so many people. So, but again, I really think the gateway are those Coffee and Conversation and the happy unhappy hour. And because we share so much at those meetings.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I'm going to start unsharing my screen now, right? And actually, Stephanie, I might have to have you. Oh yeah, I see. I figured it out. So thanks.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? Oh, book club. Where do I learn more? Well, right here. We are currently reading Project 2025 Survival Guide by Randy Allen Walker. It is the 119-page book based on the 900-page book. Yeah, we just started. So you haven't missed much. If you would, we're doing it every Thursday at 5 p.m. If you would like, come on over.
The
We are
other
back.
thing,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, Cecilia. I was going to say the other thing for those in that link tree, we have the YouTube channel. And so if you've missed the first 2 sessions of the book club, you can actually catch up on it. Or if you have a conflict and let's say you work, you can catch up on it after the fact. So the whole session is recorded. So that link tree is probably the most important thing, that if you haven't already saved it, you would want to. And you could probably just save it on the desktop of your computer or save the link or the IP address.
We are also reading Lessons from Cats for Surviving Fascism in order to balance out, because it's a little heavy. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to be involved with here and a lot to learn from. Claudia, I would say NWSOFA has the best group of mentors you will ever have to learn from, to grow with, to just in order to learn from about starting your own Indivisible, these are the people. If you want to know, I mean, this is the place, and it's a safe place to grow and learn. And I mean, we make mistakes, but we grow through them. They're not, and I love that about this group. Like we grow through our mistakes, and I love that. So yeah, good people. Kathy. Ooh, unmute.
Okay, I've still got the pop-up on my screen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to tell everybody, remember to continue to contribute to your local food banks or local food pantries, because those people, I mean, they're in bad shape right now, and it's going to get worse.
Yes, mutual aid. That is definitely one on the top of our list. Thank you. Thanks, Kathy. All right, y'all. I think we're coming up to the end of this. That was very nicely done. We even had a little bit of sharing our stories and all that too, y'all. That was a little bit of everything. That was a beautiful little session. Thank you all. I don't know who the host is, but they need to turn off the live stream. And then after that, yes. Well, after that, I just hope everybody has a lovely day, because it's Saturday. I have to go, catter day. I got to go clean up after my cats. I got to clean up my kitchen. So.
Cecilia, I think you are now the host.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. All right.